When we incorporate technology into our classrooms, we have to be very careful to make sure that we implement it correctly. I have a very unique perspective in my family life as I grew up with grandparents who used to be Amish. Now, in the Amish community, we can characterize their lifestyle as being very plain and very simple. And I heard many times as I was growing up, that's not necessary. That's not necessary is a line that we can use to make sure that we're implementing our technology in the classrooms when it's necessary. Before coming to class, students perform pre-lecture assignments in Mastering Chemistry. These assignments have a few links to videos which I've created, and I've also taken some of the content from our textbook and put that into the pre-lecture assignment where students can kind of get a glimpse of what we're doing from the textbook and what we're covering in class. This gives them a baseline, and they also have to complete problems. They have unlimited tries with the hints. They can submit this as many times as they want, but my goal is to get students learning and actively thinking about the content before they get to class. We can now engage in group learning environments or peer-led learning environments. I use a program called Learning Catalytics, and what Learning Catalytics does is I will deliver the student a question, and they will answer it individually first to get some ownership into that question. Then I'll group them together based on an algorithm that Learning Catalytics uses, which puts them into the best groups for group discussion. And what I convince the students to do is to try to discuss with their classmates and convince them that their answer is right and their classmates might not be right. Then we can re-poll, and I can get all of this data just as they're answering it in class, which allows me to now control which concepts that I want to talk about in the lecture space. After class, each week the students will now have to do what I call exam prep assignments. These exam prep assignments allow us to use technology to gather data and then give the students a follow-up assignment based on what will suit their needs best. And in order to do this, and to get credit for that follow-up assignment, the students have to come to me with all the questions that they got wrong with their worked out solutions. So now I can see what the students are doing wrong. We can have a discussion. We can go back and forth about what mistakes they made and how they can improve come exam time. Because I really believe that students must have an environment where they're able to fail and then learn from their mistakes, because that is the best way that we can learn. So the students come to me in my office hours, we have a discussion, and then I'll give them a password which will then open up a new assignment that they can complete online and get all the questions right that they need for the exam.